Let me wipe the screen. I be forgetting to wipe the screen. Fingerprints be all over everything. Hey, y'all. I don't know why I sounded so country. Hey, how's it going, you guys? Hi, TikTok. Hi, YouTube. Welcome, welcome. Tonight, I want to talk to you guys about affirmations and forms of self-care because we try to lose weight this year. 2024 is our year. 2024 is the year to glow up. So I want to help y'all do that because I did that and I want to help you do it. So we're going to talk about a whole bunch of things tonight. We're going to really get into hi YouTube, TikTok. Just so y'all know, I got YouTube on the left and TikTok on the right. So if y'all see my eyes bouncing back and forth, it's because I'm talking to two communities. But so, okay, y'all set out on a goal to lose weight in 2024. I set out on a goal to lose weight in 2022. Okay, and for those of y'all who are new to my channel, my name is Jasmine, or new to my page, excuse me. My name is Jasmine, and I lost 115 pounds naturally, meaning no weight loss surgery, no appetite suppressant pills, anything like that. What I do, I changed my mindset, and I started eating differently, and I started exercising, particularly weightlifting. I love the weight room. That's my shit. So if y'all didn't know, now y'all know. I'm also a vegan. I've been vegan for 1.5 years now. So I don't eat meat. I don't eat dairy. A lot of people get confused about what veganism is. So it's not vegetarian because I don't eat any animal product, and I also don't eat dairy. Vegetarians still eat dairy. I don't eat any dairy, okay? So I've been vegan now for 1.5 years, and I started my weight loss journey going on 21 months. But the 115 pounds that I lost, you guys, I lost that in about 16 months. So for the past few months, I've been bulking, trying to build muscle, things like that. So I'm not really on a cut right now. I'm like overeating, if that makes sense. So anyways, that's a little backstory about me. My highest weight was 340 pounds. And I got down to I think I'm like 235-ish, give or take now. So I put on a couple of pounds, but again, it's because I'm bulking. So what do we do for self-love affirmations? Hi, for those of you guys who are looking to lose weight, one thing that I can tell you guys that really helps me in my journey. Thank you guys for hearting the live, you guys. YouTube, thumbs up, TikTok, hit that heart button. Let's go crazy tonight. We're really gonna get into it, okay? So let's go crazy. You look different. I used to watch your OF. Well, thank you. Yes. I've slimmed down quite a bit. So a lot of people tell me I look like a totally different person. A lot of people tell me that it's all in the face, the neck, the shoulder. So yes, that typically happens when you lose a significant amount of weight. So I want to talk to you guys about affirmations and self-love. Most of the time, not all, but most of the time, the reason why we overeat in the first place is because we're dealing with something, right? Maybe we're stressed, maybe we're sad, maybe we're anxious, maybe we're bored. There's always like an underlying reason as to why we overeat, why we indulge in foods that aren't necessarily healthy for us. It's like a coping mechanism that we've created to deal with everyday life, right? However, the problem with that is we put on weight, right? We put on weight, we get unhealthy, we start to feel sluggish, we start to not feel energized, and a lot of times we start to feel depressed, and the cycle just continues over and over and over and over again, right? And over the years, we put on more and more weight. I know for myself, I never maintained an unhealthy weight. It always got bigger, higher. That number on the scale always got higher. So, when we're doing these things to ourselves, we have to realize that there's really an underlying issue as to why we're doing that in the first place. So what I realized before I even started my journey, that in order to change the physical, which is the weight, I had to first change the inside, which is in here, right? I had to understand, why am I overeating in the first place? Why am I indulging in these foods that don't make me feel good? And why do I allow the cycle to continue over and over and over again? Why do I not exercise? Why do I feel so low about myself? So once I was able to figure that out, Maybe when I was able to figure that out and I was really able to dig into my emotions, I started to become the healthier and happier version that you guys see today, that y'all see on TikTok and YouTube and all of that. Maybe they just hella skinny. What do you mean? So, with that being said, you guys, I want to talk to you guys about some of the things that I did to change my mental health, to improve it. Mental health is the new wealth. And I think a lot of times we forget that. We always focus on, like, you know, feeling good physically, but sometimes we don't remember that we also have to feel good mentally, right? Like, we're quick to go to the doctor for other things, but we don't go to talk about our feelings or to talk about things that have happened to us. So that's where the problem lies, because we just put a Band-Aid on our emotions and we eat, or we drink, or we smoke, or whatever that vice is, right? But we can't continue to do that. We have to figure out a way to love ourselves so that that can show on the outside, right? So, things that I did to really dissect my mental health, to really get in alignment, to really start to feel good about myself, was I started practicing self-care, self-love, and I started to say a lot of affirmations. So for those of you guys who do not know what affirmations are, because I didn't know what they were either before. Like, I didn't know about affirmations, I didn't know about manifesting, I didn't know about any of that stuff. I had a very pessimistic mindset. It was very negative. I didn't think I was capable of too many things. I never spoke highly of myself. I felt very low about myself. So those are the reasons why that showed on the outside, because that's how I was feeling on the inside. So affirmations. Affirmations is saying and speaking positive things to yourself, about yourself, speaking it out loud so that you can hear it, you can receive it, and you can act on it, right? So some of the affirmations that I say every single day is, I am beautiful, I am smart, I am ambitious, everything that I touch turns to gold. These are things that I say to myself every day, all day, not just in the morning, not just at night, all day long. When you start to say things that are positive about yourself, you start to conduct yourself like that. You're speaking it out loud, you're receiving that energy, and now you're acting on that. So if you say things like, I am beautiful, you're gonna feel that. You're gonna say it, and then you're gonna feel it. And then when you feel it, you're gonna treat yourself like that, right? You're not gonna do things that say the opposite, such as being overweight, such as overeating in foods that are not healthy for you, because that's not how you feel anymore, right? Another thing that I say to myself all the time is, I am smart, and everything that I touch turns to gold. What does that mean? That means that everything that I try to do, everything that I seek out, I accomplish. That's what I say, and that's what I do. And because that's what I say to myself, I believe that, so I conduct myself accordingly, because those are the things that I'm saying to myself. Does that make sense? Someone said, and pray. Yes, and pray. If you believe in a higher power, whether that's God, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, whatever that is, the universe, if you're spiritual, whatever that is for you, right? Whatever that higher power is for you, you speak that. You speak to that person or that spirit, whatever it is. So you was a walking honey bun. Yes, I was a pretty big girl. I was definitely a pretty good big girl. And for those of you guys who are new to my channel, new to my page, hi, my name is Jasmine, and I lost 115 pounds naturally, no weight loss surgery, no appetite suppressant pills. What did I do? I changed my mindset, I changed what I ate, and I started exercising, particularly weightlifting. My heaviest weight was 340 pounds. And that took me 16 months to lose. I lost about 10 pounds a month. And I've been vegan for the past year and a half. And I'm committed to helping women like myself not only lose weight in 2024, but keep the weight off. It is possible to lose the weight without weight loss surgery. And there's nothing wrong with weight loss surgery. I'm not speaking negatively about it or saying, oh, you shouldn't do that. At the end of the day, you should do what's best for you. And no one can make that decision but you. But what I will say is that a lot of times when we lose the weight fast, we still never fix what caused us to overeat in the first place, which is our mindset. There's things that are going on up here that reflect on the outside. Okay, so we can come up with new coping mechanisms to deal with stress, depression, anxiety, things that are causing us to overeat, boredom. A lot of times we eat because we're bored, right? We just sit and watch TV, and that just becomes our day-to-day, every single day, right? But if we can come up with new tools, new things to make us feel better, make us feel good, make us love ourselves, then we can prevent the likelihood of gaining that weight back. I read a study that said 80% of people who lose weight gain all of their pre-diet weight within 5 years. They regain it, all of it, 80%. So that means out of 100 people, only 80 people keep it off within 5 years. Only 20 people actually keep their weight off completely. That's alarming, right? Why would you want to do all of that hard work just to gain it back? Losing weight is hard. Keeping it off is even harder. Why go through all of that stuff that you went through at the very beginning? The detoxing from the sugar and the oily foods, right? The sodas, cleaning out your system, starting a new exercise program where you're sore every day for like the first 2 weeks because you're moving muscle groups that you've never moved before, right? Why go through all of that hard work just to gain it all back? That doesn't make sense. You basically wasted your time, right? You might as well have just not did it at all. So I want to help you guys come up with new tools, things that I do in my day-to-day to keep the weight off, okay? So self-care is really important. And I know what self-care means. Like, I know what the word self means. I know what the word care means. So, if you think about it, you know what self-care means. But yet, I never practiced that. I never did anything that was for me, that made me feel good. Only thing I used to do was go to work, come home, drink, eat, go to sleep, repeat the cycle. That's it. That's all I ever did. Work hella overtime, be on call. Then when I'm not at work, I'm at home watching TV, drink, eat, order some takeout, fall asleep, do it again, do it again and do it again and do it again. That was my cycle for years. But self-care is so important. You work all these hours, you work so hard every single day to pay bills, to maintain your household, but you don't do anything that's enjoyable to you. You have to do things that are enjoyable to you as well. You can't forget about you. As women, we're always ready to give. Give to our spouses, give to our family, give to our kids if you have kids. I don't have kids, but you get my point. We're always ready to give and help other people, help friends, but we fall short when it's time to help us, when it's time to do something for us. It's like we feel bad about it, or we feel like we shouldn't do that, right? But we can't do that in 2024. We can't forget about us. We have to do things that make us happy. So some self-care things that I do for myself is I keep my space clean. I used to be very, very, very cluttered. I used to just live in dysfunction. I never organized things. I never really dusted things. I was pretty sloppy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm not gonna hold you. I was a very messy person. Now I realize, like, I need my space to be clean. I have to have things put away. I can't live in clutter anymore. It just irritates my soul. I can't think properly, right? And that came with growth. When I was younger, I used to just throw things everywhere. I can't do that anymore. So now my space has to be clean. That's a form of self-care, cleaning so that I can enjoy my space, so I can feel at peace in my space. Another form of self-care that I do all the time is keep getting my hair done. I used to never get my hair done. I used to just slick my natural hair in a bun, spritz it a little bit, put a little gel on it, call it a day. That's what I did every single day. And some days I wouldn't even do that. Some days I just roll out the bed, hair just be looking all types of crazy. I would just throw it in a bun and that was it. Now I always make sure that I keep my hair done. Y'all see me in box or knotless braids all the time, but I always make sure they're fresh. Okay, I make sure I keep my hair done. That makes me feel good. I also make sure I keep my nails done. That makes me feel good. I used to never do that. I didn't care. I always get pedicures. I always do these things because that's what makes Jasmine feel good. So I want you to find things that make you feel good. And when you do your forms of self-care, don't feel bad about it. Don't feel guilty. You should do things for you. You love yourself. You're going to learn to love yourself. And when you love yourself, that means you treat yourself well. Maybe that could mean going to see a movie by yourself. Maybe you have kids and you never really get time to yourself. So a form of self-care could be going to the movies, just you, no kids, right? Maybe you go to a new restaurant. You're gonna eat healthy while you're there though, right? But the point I'm making is do something for you. You deserve it, okay? We live these crazy lives. Everything's just hectic. We're always moving fast paced, but it's like we just forget about us. So I want you guys to practice forms of self-care. When you feel good, you do good, okay? I want you to remember that. So however you're feeling on the inside, it shows on the outside. It really does. And being overweight, unfortunately, being obese like I was, it shows that I had a lot going on up here, right? Because at the end of the day, you guys, I'm all for, I was BBW. And for those of y'all who are new to my channel, I lost 115 pounds naturally, okay? My heaviest weight was 340 pounds. I'm not gonna lie to you. We don't say to ourselves, hey, I wanna be extremely overweight. Nobody says that. Being overweight is hard. Low energy. I used to not feel good about my body. I didn't like my body. I didn't like it. Some people love their body, and that's great. You should love your body in all sizes. I did not love my body. I did not like going clothes shopping, okay? I hated going to get clothes because every time I went, I had to get a bigger and bigger size. So then I had to accept the fact that now I'm no longer 18, now I'm a 22. Now I'm no longer a 22, now I'm a 24. I had to accept that, and I didn't want to. So I would just avoid going shopping, right? I hated going out to eat with people. I hated that because it's like, I know I shouldn't be ordering this, but this is what I'm gonna eat, and I don't want people to look at me. I was very, very paranoid, very anxious, thinking that everyone was just staring at me, even though most of that's in your head. But that's how you feel. That's how I felt, at least. Another thing that I would say is I would get out of the bed and I would already be sore and in pain. Knees hurt, back hurt, everything hurt. Like starting my day off in pain. Being out of breath, just walking up a flight of stairs, one flight of stairs, and I'm already, that's not fun. That's not fun. My doctor told me I was pre-diabetic, I had high cholesterol, and I was hypertensive. My blood pressure sat around 145/92. Now I sit at 118. So I want you guys to know, for me, being overweight is not fun. I've been there and I've done that. And, I'm never here to try to offend anyone or say, no, that's not what this is about. This is about getting to being the happier and healthier versions of ourselves, okay? Welcome. Hi. Sorry for repeating myself, but just for the new people who are coming in, my name is Jasmine. I've lost 115 pounds naturally, no weight loss surgery, no appetite suppressant pills, so no Ozempic, no hydroxycut, no gastric bypass surgeries. What did I do? I changed my mindset. I changed what I ate, and I started exercising. That weight took me 16 months to lose. And I've been vegan for a year and a half. So I don't eat meat, and I also don't eat dairy. I also don't eat seafood, okay? But when I started my journey, I was not vegan. The first 3 months, I ate like chicken, fish, steak, rice, veggies, stuff like that. It wasn't until like month 4 where I decided to go plant-based. And I love it here, okay? I love being plant-based. I don't feel deprived of anything. Can I still gain a booty even though I'm in a calorie deficit? So that's a good question. We can talk about that. So there's different stages of your fitness journey, getting in shape, depending on what you want for your body, okay? What I want for my body may not be what you want for your body, okay? So when I'm going through my stages, I want you to remember that doesn't have to be your stage, right? I want a very defined, muscular physique. That's what I'm going for, okay? I want to be very, very toned. And I love lifting weights, so why not, right? So that's what I like. You may not like that. That may not be what you want to do. Maybe you don't want to be super defined. Maybe you just want to be slender. Maybe you just want to get rid of a little bit of cellulite. You know what I mean? We all have different fitness goals. Maybe your goal is to just work out for 20 minutes and you're good, right? That's totally fine. It's whatever you want to do, okay? So if you are trying to lose a large amount of weight like I did, I lost 115 pounds, okay? My heaviest weight was 340 pounds. I was in a calorie deficit from 340 all the way to recently, when did I start my bulk? November. So for basically 18 months, I was in a calorie deficit, meaning I tried to stay at about 1,400 calories a day. Some days I didn't do that. Some days I overate, okay? Nothing's perfect. But for the most part, I stayed at about 1,400 calories. Everyone's body shape is different. So I store a lot of my weight on the bottom half, okay? I'm very hippie. When I was big, my butt was ridiculous. It was too big. Lower gut, thighs, that's where I store my fat. So when I was losing weight, I was still shaped like that. I was just getting smaller, but my hips were still wider than my waist. That's just the way I'm shaped. If you want to build a booty, let's say that's not how you're shaped. Maybe you store your weight up top, which is fine. In order to build your booty, to get a more voluptuous butt, you have to build muscle. Now, just because you're in a caloric deficit, depending on how much weight you want to lose, that doesn't mean that you're not still building muscle, okay? For me, because I was so big, even though I was in a calorie deficit, I was still building muscle because I was still weightlifting every day, right? However, it plateaus after a while. It does plateau. Your body can only build but so much muscle in a deficit. Eventually, in order to build more muscle, you have to be in a surplus. However, you should not be in a surplus until you're closer to your weight loss goal. So if you want, I'm just throwing out numbers here. Let's say you want to lose about 75 pounds. You have to be in a deficit, okay? Now let's say you want to lose 30 pounds. You can be in that surplus because you don't have that much body fat to lose, okay? So that's the difference. But I recommend that you get closer to your weight loss goal before you start bulking, okay? Which is being in a surplus. That's how you're gonna really build muscle. But you will still build muscle if you lift weights. That's just what's gonna happen. But when you guys are lifting weights, you still have to eat clean, okay? So you still have to make sure you're eating the least amount of processed foods as possible. I always try to stress to you guys, unprocessed foods, whole foods, not the grocery store, but whole foods. So fruits, vegetables, beans. These are plant-based meals, to be honest, which is why I encourage you guys to eat plant-based meals because you're gonna end up eating more unprocessed foods. When you guys start getting into the grocery aisles of things, that's where stuff is processed. When things are processed, you're getting a lot of calories, you're getting a lot of fat, you're getting a lot of sugar, you're getting a lot of salt, okay? So that's where the issue lies. If you stay on the outskirts of the grocery store, you're not gonna see much of that. Of course, there's gonna be some stuff, right? But for the most part, your produce section, the butcher, the dairy, well, dairy's processed, but you get what I'm saying, okay? So I want you guys to try really hard to one, cook at home. And when you cook, try to make your meals as unprocessed as possible. Okay? So instead of buying a package of mashed potatoes, like the box, mash your own potatoes. Get you your russet potatoes, or I love sweet potatoes. I don't really eat white potatoes anymore. Get you your own potatoes, boil them, mash them yourself, put a little milk in there, or if you're gonna do like plant-based milk, like almond milk, whatever, put a little bit of butter if you must, season, and eat them like that. Don't do the powdered mashed potatoes. So it's things like that. Those are the changes that you guys can make. By doing that, that is so much more healthier for you. It's so much more healthier for you. I also want you guys to make sure you're eating your vegetables, okay? A lot of you guys, which is fine, because I didn't know a lot of this stuff either, you guys. So feel free to ask questions, because this is not common sense. This is not common knowledge. If you didn't grow up in a household where eating healthy and exercising was a priority, which most of us did not, me included, okay, you're not going to know these things. And there's so much misinformation out there that it's hard to know what's true and what's not, right? So let's say you're going to eat dinner. And I didn't know this until I started my journey, and my trainer taught me this. Let's say you're going to eat dinner. You're going to do a steak, or let's do grilled chicken. You're going to do grilled chicken. You're going to do a starch. So let's say your starch is brown rice, and you want to do a veggie. Let's say your veggie is going to be broccoli. Okay. So you got your chicken, your brown rice, and your broccoli. So for your chicken, you should do about 6 to 8 ounces. 4, 6? Size of your palm. I don't eat chicken anymore, y'all. Excuse me. Right? The size of your palm, right? I'm vegan. The size of your palm of meat. So about 6 to 8 ounces, okay? For your starch, if you're gonna do brown rice, I would prefer you do quinoa or white rice. We talked about this before on my YouTube channel. But let's say you do brown rice, half a cup. Your vegetable, this is what I didn't know until I started losing weight. The size of your vegetable should be more than what you have in meat and what you have in starch. Your veggies should be most of your plate. You want to make sure you're getting fiber, okay? A lot of times when you're not plant-based, you don't get enough fiber, because you're eating meat, which does not have fiber, and you're eating a starch, depending on what starch you're eating, may or may not have fiber. If you're eating a sweet potato, yes. But if your starch is white rice, you're not getting any fiber in that. Fiber is what's making us feel full, okay? So that's part of the reason why we overeat when we're eating the processed foods, because there's no fiber in any of that. So we're not feeling full. And when you're not feeling full, you're gonna eat more and more. I'm 238. Is 1,200 or 1,400 calories good for my size? Yes, that's good. I binge watch all your videos. Aw, I swear you inspire me to get my ass up every day. Oh, thank you so much. Hold on, I gotta take a screenshot of that. I have to. Okay, smile. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, 12 to 1,400 calories is good. But I don't want you to feel hungry, okay? I never want you to feel hungry. I never want you to feel like you're gonna pass out. So I want you to still feel satisfied, okay? Depending on when you started, obviously when you first start, you're gonna feel hungry, right? Because your body's not used to this. So you're gonna feel hungry, you're probably gonna get a little bit of a headache, you're probably gonna be irritable, because your body's just not used to eating like this, right? But as you continue, it gets easier and easier, okay? So I wanna make sure you're not hungry. If you're hungry, that's not good. So if you're hungry, I recommend that you probably eat something more with fiber. Make sure your beans are very, very filling. Fruit, sweet potatoes, I'm trying to think, lentils. See, I'm vegan, so of course I'm going to recommend stuff like this, okay? But all of these foods are so good for you. And even if you don't want to wear the title of being vegan, that's fine. You can still eat one plant-based meal a day so that you can make sure you're getting your fiber and all of your nutrients, so that you're not lacking in the fiber department, okay? And like I said, that's what happens when you are eating meat. A lot of times the meat is also filling you up, So then you don't want as much veggies, right? Because you're getting full off of your meat. And now that you're getting full off of your meat, you're not eating enough vegetables, okay? So that's why it's important. Something else that I can recommend, I want you guys to eat fruit. There's nothing wrong with fruit, okay? Don't think that, oh, because I'm on this lifestyle change. And notice I never say diet. We're not on diets, you guys. These are lifestyle changes. We're going to live like this and eat like this forever. We may loosen the reins. We may not be as strict. I want you guys to still enjoy some of your favorite meals. But we're still going to eat healthy most of the time, right? We're still going to exercise and move our body most of the time. So eat fruit. There's nothing wrong with fruit. Don't think that because you're on a lifestyle change, you have to avoid fruit because of sugar. No, 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 no. The sugar that I want you guys to avoid is your simple carbs, your simple sugars. So the stuff that's in donuts, processed foods, you guys. What else we got? Potato chips, candy, chocolate bars. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Ice cream, all right? The processed foods. But your unprocessed foods, so your fruit is totally fine. Eat as much as you want. Eat, if you want pineapples, apples, bananas, go for it. Now, obviously, some fruits are healthier than others. What I recommend is you can have as much berries as you want. Berries are so healthy for you, full of fiber, very, very, very low in calories. So that includes your blueberries, your strawberries, your raspberries. Eat as much of those as you want. Knock yourself out, okay? Very low in sugar, high in fiber. Next would be your citrus. So like your oranges, your lemons, things like that. You can eat as much of that as you want. Now when it comes to like your bananas and your pineapples, your apples, those fruits do have more sugar. So I'm not gonna tell you to eat 10 apples, right? But you can still eat an apple, you can still eat pineapples, you can still have blueberries all in one day. Don't think you're only limited to one fruit per day. That's not true. I eat a lot of fruit in one day. Well, I haven't recently, but I always eat bananas, I always eat blueberries. I was eating pineapples every day, but they haven't been looking good lately. And I was also always eating apples, but I haven't gotten those in a while. But that's like 4 or 5 fruits in one day that I'm eating every single day, okay? So don't think that you can't enjoy fruit, all right? Now, there are always some healthier options for us when it comes to different types of vegetables and things. So like I told you guys, I don't really eat white potatoes anymore. Actually, the last time I had a white potato was for Christmas because my mom made me one. I eat sweet potatoes. And I've been eating sweet potatoes for a year and some change now. They don't spike your blood sugar as fast. That's why. And they're more nutritious. They have more fiber in it, more vitamin E, so things like that. I love sweet potatoes. I think they're delicious. I'll do the regular sweet potatoes or the white Japanese sweet potatoes. They're like purple on the outside. The skin is purple, but the inside is white. Those are still very, very healthy for you. But if you want regular potatoes, that's fine. It's just there's not as much nutrients in those, that's all. I don't really eat rice. The only time I eat white rice is if I order from this Jamaican spot by my house. But other than that, I do white rice, which is made of vegetables and it's full of protein, full of fiber, okay? And I've talked about white rice on my YouTube channel. So TikTok, make sure you guys follow me on YouTube so you guys can see what I'm talking about if you've never heard of white rice before. Another adjustment that I'm trying to think what else. I don't drink soda at all. There's something else I wanted to tell you guys that I don't eat. I lost my train of thought there. I can't think of it. If it comes to me, I'll say it, but I don't do white potatoes and I don't do rice regularly. So those are some adjustments that I've made and I don't really plan on going back to that stuff. And it's not that it's bad. It's just as you get on your journey and you start to learn more about different foods and stuff, you just slowly start to make changes in your diet. One of the grains that I eat a lot of, besides white rice, is quinoa. Okay, and for those of y'all who don't know what quinoa is, don't feel bad because I didn't used to know what quinoa is either. Okay, so it looks like it's pronounced quinoa, Quinoa. That's what it looks like when it's spelled out. So you wouldn't know if you've never heard of it before. It is so good, you guys. It's full of protein, full of fiber. So if I was making a starch, my choice, and you know what? I'll show you guys. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to show you. We're going to clear it up right now because I want you guys to know so that you can make these choices at home. So I'm going to get my white rice and let me find my quinoa. 1 second, you guys. I think I have quinoa. Oh, found it. found it. Okay. Lots of stuff here. So I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. I don't want to just talk about it, I want to show you. Okay. So for my starches, quinoa. Let's start with this. Full of protein, full of fiber. You cook it like you would regular rice. So 1 part quinoa, 2 parts. I cook it in vegetable broth. So I would do like a cup of quinoa, 2 cups of vegetable broth, maybe a little bit more. Season it while it's cooking. So my seasonings, I'll do smoked paprika, onion powder, garlic powder. I'll put a little chili powder in there. I like my stuff a little spicy. And maybe a little salt and pepper. So put all of that in there while it's boiling, cooking up. Tastes really good. And I'll eat this with my veggie and my protein. But this has protein in it. That's why this is really good for you. Rice has no protein in it, you guys. No fiber. It's just there. It's just fluff, okay? So quinoa. The next starch that I'll eat, but it's not really a starch because it's vegetable. This is white rice. This is what I'm talking about. But it has the texture of regular rice. Full of protein, full of fiber, okay? This is the garlic herb flavor. They come in different flavors. I've had the Mediterranean, I've had the Spanish, and then there's original. Those are the ones I've seen. All really, really good. So if I want to make fried rice, like a stir fry, I'll use this instead of regular rice, okay? If I'm in the mood for pasta, I'll do red lentil noodles, okay? I don't eat regular noodles. I haven't eaten regular noodles in years. So I do red lentil noodles, full of protein, full of fiber, because it's made out of lentil flour. So you're gonna get all of that with it, okay? So these are some of the changes that I've made in my diet, lifestyle change, that I'm never gonna say never, but these taste really good, you guys. You're not gonna know the difference. Obviously, you know, because they're red, right? But if they were the same color as regular noodles, you would not be able to taste the difference. The only thing I can say, these cook faster. That's the only thing I can tell you. And don't put the noodles in until the water is boiling. But other than that, other than the cooking method, they taste the same. There's no funny taste to these. No, okay? So you mix that brown rice with gravy. No, I don't eat brown rice. And then my favorite source of protein are lentils. I love lentils, you guys. They're so good, so versatile, full of fiber, full of protein, absolutely delicious. You can put these in pastas, stews, soups. Really, really, really good, okay? So I just wanted to show you guys that because I feel like every time I say white rice, you guys think I'm saying white rice because it sounds so familiar, or so similar, but it's not. Okay, so this is what I'm referring to. All right, so I just wanted to show you guys some things that I've, kind of substituted out of my daily meals. Oh, we see when your chest day. Yes. So that's the thing too, you guys. People always think that when you're plant-based, you don't get protein, and that's so not true, you guys. I just showed you everything that I just showed you is full of protein, okay? Everything I just showed you. So making small adjustments. So instead of white rice, eat quinoa. Now you're getting your protein, okay? So it's things like that. People always say that, and it's so frustrating because it's so far from the truth, you guys. It's not true at all. I don't know who made that up, but it's like it was made up and people run with it. And people think that. And y'all see me in the gym every day. I film like all of my workouts. So if you scroll to like, I don't know, a month ago, you'll see that I'm not pushing the same weight that I was pushing or pulling a month ago. Like I'm constantly getting stronger. How can I get stronger if I'm vegan, right? If I'm not eating protein? How am I building muscle? How am I getting stronger? Exactly. That's not true. That's my point to you. It's not true at all. If it was true, y'all would see me pushing and pulling the same weight for 6 months. And like every month I'm getting stronger and stronger, okay? So I just want y'all to keep that in mind when it comes to these myths about plant-based and veganism and things like that, okay? Do you guys have any questions for me so far? I feel like we've talked about so much stuff. I'm so excited. What else have you guys been working on or have questions on in regards to fitness, weight loss, mental health? We kind of started talking about mental health in the first place, but you know, weight loss it's so much more than just losing weight. And I didn't realize that before I started. Most people don't. And what I can say is weight loss, like my whole journey so far, has taught me so much. My level of discipline has gone from like -10 to like 1,000. It really has. Like the old me used to give up so quickly. Like if something didn't work on the first try, or if I didn't see progress in the first hour, like I would be so ready to give up and just be like, to hell with this. Like whatever it is that I was working on. Now, it's like I understand the concept of delayed gratification. Now, I commit to what I said I was gonna do. There are some days I'm on this new gym schedule where I'm working out. I'm getting to the gym at 3:30 in the morning now because I want to give you guys quality content. And one thing that had been really bugging me is when I was going during the day, you know, it's louder because it's more people, the weights are slamming and people are yelling, the music, it's just so much going on. And my mic was picking up all that background noise and it would get so loud and obnoxious. And I was like, okay, I can't keep filming like this. So I was like, let me go at a time where there's like no one in there, right? So that it's quiet, I can make better content, okay? So, you know, last week was the first full week that I did this. Getting up at 2 in the morning so that I can beat the rush, because it's like a 5 a.m. rush because people are getting ready to go to work, so they like to hit the gym before they go to work, right? So between 2 and 4:30, it's pretty dead in there. So that's the time that I go because I want to be able to give you guys that good content. And, you know, I'm not going to lie, some days it's really hard to go that early. Some days it's just really hard. Like I contemplate like, should I just go back to bed and say, fuck it, right? But I haven't. Every single day I've gotten up and I just did it. Because being on my weight loss and fitness journey, I've learned like, just fucking do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like think about like when you're pushing heavy weight, and you have like 5 more reps and you're just like, oh my God, the burn is like killer. Like, it's like, it just takes your whole body. Like when you start, like, let's say you're doing like lunges or you're doing leg extensions or you're doing, I don't know, any type of movement. And it's like, it's so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable. But it's like you build mental strength along the way where it's like I can withstand discomfort for a certain period of time because it feels good once you get through it. Does that make sense? And so that I've learned on my journey, and that's literally applied to any and everything. Some days I don't feel like recording content. But because I've gotten so mentally strong through my journey, I know now how to just say, just do it. Just freaking do it. Whereas the old me, if I didn't feel like doing something, I just wouldn't do it because I didn't feel like it. It just is what it is. But now I'm like, no, you set a goal. This is what you said you wanted to do. So freaking do it. And you guys ask me all the time, and I love that you guys are tuned in. I love that you guys are tapped in and y'all want to be the healthier and happier version of yourself. I love that. I really do. And you guys ask me all the time, how do you stay motivated? How did you do that? How do you do that? And I'm telling you guys, I keep the same answer every single time because it's the same answer. It's not motivation, y'all. Y'all think that I'm just motivated all day, every day. I wish. I freaking wish. I wish I was. I wish I was. There are plenty of days where I'm getting towards the end of my workout and I'm just like, man, the door is right there. Like, I should just dip. Like, I should just skip that last exercise. The door is right there. Like, no one's gonna know. No one's gonna know. Literally, I literally be battling myself most days. Most days. But I'm like, no, we're already here. Like, you might as well just freaking do it. Like, what's 20 more minutes? What is 20 more minutes? That's mental strength, you guys. That's discipline. That's consistency. A lot of you guys start, you might eat healthy Monday and Tuesday, then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you don't. And then you're trying to figure out why you haven't lost any weight. Because you're not consistent, sis. Like, that's why. That's why. That's why you haven't lost any weight. That's why you haven't seen improvements in the gym. You can't just go one day and then wonder why you're not stronger or wonder why you don't have any definition. Especially for my ladies who are trying to lose a lot of weight like I am, or like I did. Do you know how frustrating it is to feel and be super strong, but yet you still can't see it yet because I still have fat? You know how frustrating that is? Seriously. But I know that it's a process and I know that it's coming. I just have to wait. Eventually, you will see my biceps, right? Eventually, when I do this, you're actually gonna see them poking out. You can feel them, right? Your girl is curling 30 pounds, okay? Eventually, they'll be seen. They just not seen today, okay? But that's my point. It's gonna get frustrating. It's gonna feel like, you're doing all this hard work and it's not paying off. It's gonna feel like that. Some weeks, it's really gonna try you. Some weeks, you're just really gonna be like, fuck this shit. Like, just fuck it. But just keep going. Just keep going. Because I promise you, yes, girl, baby hair with the braids. Because I promise you, when you get through it, you're going to reflect back and you're going to be like, wow, I did that. I did that. Yes, you will. You will feel like that. And once you feel like that, once you see that, you're going to be so motivated to do something else. Because now you know you're capable of it. Because you achieved that goal. So now it's like, okay, what can I do now? What's next? Okay, so just understand that these journeys that we're on can be used for more than just weight loss and fitness. All right, I want you guys to know that. Seriously, it's crazy. Like looking back at the old me, I can't even mentally understand why I struggled. Like it's so hard to understand and comprehend. Like I don't get it because I'm just such a different person now that it's hard to even see myself in that light years ago. Like it's I just can't even sometimes I'm like, why did I do that? You know what I mean? Like it's just like what? That's crazy. I really thought I couldn't achieve this. I was that scared. Like it's crazy. It really is. So that's why like I love talking to you guys about this stuff because I promise you, I freaking promise you, like once you get out of your head, once you self-develop, it's only up from there. I pinky swear it's only up from there, y'all. It really is. It's only up from there. And people talk about how I have this glow, how I'm always so happy. I'm telling you, if you came from where I came from, mentally, I didn't have a bad life. I'm not about to sit here and say I did not have a bad life. I did not have a hard life. But just mentally, I was dealing with a lot of stuff mentally. You know, so yeah. Sofa queen, yes, I was definitely the couch potato. I really was, and that's one of the things that I'm just like, wow. Like, I went from sitting on the couch all day, every day, to bench pressing 150 pounds. What? Like it's crazy. It's freaking crazy. All in a short period of time. In the grand scheme of things, you guys, and that's what I mean by our society is just so quick. Like everyone wants stuff so freaking quick. But if you see how fast time moves, you'll realize that it is quick. I lost 115 pounds in 16 months, you guys. That's freaking quick. That's quick. That is very quick. Because it took me longer than 16 months to gain that weight. Let's just be real. Let's just be real with each other for like 2 seconds. We're not gaining 100 pounds in a month. We're not gaining 100 pounds in 6 months. I don't care how much you eat. That's extreme cases. But most people are not gaining 100 pounds in 6 months. Most of the time, that takes you years to do. Years. But I lost that in 16 months by just losing 2 pounds a week on average. That's crazy. That is quick. I've been heavy lifting for, well, the entire time was heavy. But the thing is, so when you first start lifting, your body's not used to it. You don't have much muscle because you're used to being, sedentary, right? So, when I first got in the gym, me and my trainer, I was only using like 5-pound dumbbells, 10-pound dumbbells, because that was heavy to me. And when I say lift heavy, I want you guys to lift what's heavy for you. What's heavy for you. So it was always like heavy lifting because at that time, 10 pounds was heavy, 15 pounds was heavy. But now, I'm pushing heavier weight than that. I would say that, when did I start going to an actual gym? I started in April. I think it was April. So it's almost been a year of like actually going to a gym. That's not that long ago. That's really not that long ago. So just keep all of that in mind when you guys are like, oh, it has to happen right now. Oh, I have to lose 30 pounds this month. Why? And no, you don't. And remember, the faster you lose it, the faster you gain it back. A lot of people don't realize that. We're trying to lose weight and keep it off, not just lose it and gain it back, okay? So please remember that. You throw a piece of churches and she giving you the candy stuck to her back. What? I don't eat chicken. I don't eat chicken. I don't eat meat. Do you guys have any questions for me? I feel like we got through a lot of good stuff today. I really do. I think you guys asked a lot of good questions. I feel like we went over a lot of good information. What do y'all think? Do y'all have any questions for me? Feel free to ask you guys. This is definitely a Q&A. I know I've been talking, but I definitely want you guys to ask questions that you may have. Definitely, okay? Thank you for sharing the live. All right, you guys. Well, I guess we'll call it a night. I will be back on TikTok live around 3:30. Tomorrow is chest, shoulders, and triceps. So you guys will see me because I'm live on TikTok during my workout. So if you happen to be up, make sure you guys tune in. Chest, shoulders, triceps. Thank you. You have a safe night as well. Thank y'all so much for watching me tonight. I appreciate it. And thank you guys for engaging. Bye, YouTube.